Hello there, it's me, CA, coffee addict, and once again we are going to have another episode on Coffee Addict on our podcast. And please do follow us over Spotify, Anchor FM, our sponsor, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Google Podcast, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. All right, so we're still on, yeah, pretty much the topic or theme of maturity, season four. And today I'd like to speak about the current trend that I'm seeing over social media. So let's talk about maturity. And well, I just posted this today and I said, I'll just read it. Um, just because you don't understand something doesn't mean that it makes no sense. Just because you don't believe in it doesn't mean that it's not true. Same goes for the other way around. So when I say the other way around, it means just because you understand something doesn't mean that it makes sense to everyone around you. And just because you believe in something doesn't mean that it's true for everyone. So that's about it. And so bleh, sorry, your reality is shaped by your own perspective, um, and it will always be different for everyone. So sometimes we learn from the experiences of others. And at times we have to learn things the hard way. One thing is for sure, we can never know everything. So anyway, my latest post goes like this. People are looking for solutions to a problem and they see the vaccine as one of them. If you're anti-vax, you are being respected and no one is forcing you to take the jab because no one really is forcing you. There's a shortage and there are people who are not who are registered but not going to the vaccination venue. So, but to campaign against it and mock scientific answers does not make natural ways look any better. Sometimes people have to think before they post and think harder as to what it is that they really stand for. Be anti-vax, but not anti-respect. So, um, yeah, this is going to be our topic for today since I always see it. I see it a lot. Um, I've been in both um, areas or on both sides. I was anti-vax. I'm not someone who studies the natural ways of the world. I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert. I'm not going to pretend that, I know so much things about a lot of things. COVID is something new, even to the most intelligent minds, even to virologists, even to doctors, to medical people. It's something new. It's a whole new ball game because if they already knew what it was and how to treat it, it would be gone by now, right? So basically, I won't even pretend to be an expert in anything. I'm not that kind of person. So, but anyway, I was anti-vax because I know it's a trial as of this point, and I knew that there will be adverse effects. Well, basically, medicines have been there for centuries, maybe. I'm not sure, but for a long time. And we've been taking them. I'm anti-medicine. Even you can ask my mother. I don't take antibiotics. I don't take medicines right away. I will always make my body fight off whatever it is that I feel before I turn to um, any pharmacology or medicine for that matter. But um, I had a chance to register months before. I think last year. No, I can't really remember when, but I had a chance to register earlier and I didn't because I was anti-vax. Okay, I didn't want to take the risk of having it yet. But then again, I've read so many articles from Israel, Australia, the US. the UK, wherever, a lot of people have already taken the jab. And I've also read news or articles that says that um, if you're vax, your body can fight it better than if you're not. Okay, and I've grown tired of being scared of everything, of going out, of meeting people, of crowds. I really get uncomfortable. I get anxious when I go out. Really. Um, so I was stuck at home for the longest time, and it's not really helping a lot. I mean, I've gained weight. It's not mentally healthy, really, to be socially um, isolated. And yeah, so but we do what we must, and we have different coping mechanisms, and I have mine. Um, but anyway, so yeah, I was anti-vax until such time I told myself, we've been at this for a year now, 2020, yeah, and after December, it's 2022, okay, and it's almost the burn months. So anyway, last June, I decided to register. Last July, a friend asked me if I want to be registered under their company because it was a project of their company. It's allowed, so I had to go at it. And then when I was texted August 3rd, if I'm not mistaken, to take the jab, I told myself it's about time, to do it, just go and have it. Mm, I believe that you know um, it was time for me to act, to do something about it. I've been doing nothing uh, regarding the matter for so many months, and so I'm also talking about this because I already finally got my um, text message for my second dose on next week. So I'm going to get my second jab. So the thing is, though, I believe in respect. Yes, it's our bodies. Again, I was anti-vax, remember, and so I do understand people who has hesitations. People who don't believe in it, even people who has experience probably with a family member or someone that they know, or they've read something that it's not really as safe as we think it is. Okay, I understand that, but I also read stuff that is also the opposite of that. So as you can see, there's a 50-50 going on, and that's why we understand if people don't want to take the jab. All right, the thing that I don't believe in, though, is the campaigning against something. Okay, um why would people who don't want to take it mock that the other side of the solution? It's scientific. It's made by scientists, experts on the field, right? So why should we why should we mock it? Vaccines has been there all our lives, and I know there are anti-vax people before COVID happened. They're basically just anti-vax. Okay, I understand that, and I know it has effects on our body, which we can't determine yet, and studies can go for years, you know but if we don't do something, neither does it help. And I personally, I'm not gonna say who she is. I have a friend whose family was quarantined because they became positive. They were vax, yes. um, One of them was sent to the hospital, but most of them stayed at home and are safe. Okay, and I asked her about it, how things were, and had her father not been vax, he would have been in a more, how should I say this, in a more difficult state. So the vaccination helped. Okay. And her mother was not hospitalized at all. And I think one of the very things that changed my mind about the vaccination was basically my mother's um, experience with COVID. She was a COVID survivor. Okay, but even after that, that was July of last year, I was still very hesitant to take the vaccination while she is all for it because she was a victim and she was a survivor and she knows how difficult the experience is, the difficulty in breathing, the feeling of getting really, really tired. And we've also seen or heard about people who are very, very healthy, but still, um, you know, um, succumbed to the disease. So, anyway, I'm not campaigning to pro and to anti. I don't want to do that. It's not that I'm not taking a stand. My stand is taking the jab because I'm doing it. Okay. But I don't wish to campaign against anything. The reason why I'm speaking up on Facebook is because I see people who are campaigning against it, which I believe is also not right. You can say your piece, you can always post an article. You can always say that um, there are deaths, there are people who suffered from the vaccination, but be fair. I mean, please show also the percentage of those people among the vaccinated. I think that's how we should start looking at things. Um, and then we go from there. And then again, as I've said, we learn from the experiences of others. And so that is why I will ask people about their experience about certain things. And I learn from it. And sometimes we have to learn it ourselves. We have to experience it ourselves to know what it's like. Um, yeah, so there. I'm not going to campaign against anything. I'm tired of doing that. Basically, it's the same as politics, the same as basketball, the same as whatever you see on social media. People has a mind of their own, and they speak about it and they stand their ground and they say that they're right, and the other party says they are right. Everybody's right. Nobody's wrong. You see, nobody's wrong. Everybody's right. And as of this point, nobody really knows what the right thing to do is. Okay, well, we know the basic social distancing. It's helping because as you can see in India, when that was absent, when the social distancing was not followed, they had the events. I respect that. That was their decision. But then again, it became a super spreader event. So this made everybody else understand that yeah, let's not um, be so complacent or too complacent for the time being. Okay. And yeah, the basic in the Philippines would be face mask and face shield. I don't care if the face shield looks stupid and all, but if I believe that it's going to give me um, another type of shield from droplets, well, wearing the mask, I know, but you will never know. Or I believe that the reason for the face shield was actually that we don't touch our eyes with our hands that touches just about anything, which could have touched COVID at some point wherever we go. So that's why when I go out, I always have a mask on and a face shield on. And a cloth mask has been providing me protection so far. So I guess it's fine. But do what you must. Just put your mask on and face shields on if you're in the Philippines. If you're in another country, I think it's not anymore required. They just require masks. For whatever reason it may be, um, it doesn't matter for me as long as I know the protocols are put in place to make sure that we're just safe. I think it's safe. It's better safe than sorry. So basically, what anti-vax people will say, they're safer vax wise. Okay, they are more afraid of the vaccination than the virus itself. and they believe that they can take care of themselves, and they believe that they can protect themselves, and that their bodies will just naturally fight it off. Let them be. Again, the risk that they're taking is with COVID, not with the vax, and that's their choice. And I was once like that, and that's fine. Okay, and I stay at home because I'm not vax. I don't want to um, risk getting the virus or spreading the virus. Um, so yeah, and I take my vitamins. Well, I try to eat healthy. It's been a challenge, but yeah, I'm right now. I was having what did I have? I was planning on having hard boiled eggs, but I had boiled boiled bananas, and then I had what did I have for lunch? Chicken, roasted chicken with rice, because I promised myself just one rice meal a day, and then I had my wheat bread and my peanut butter for dinner. So yeah, there you go. So, and also people also talk about the pharma industry as being a business. What is not a business nowadays? I mean, natural ways, organic, aren't people making a business out of that? Healthy living, aren't people making a business out of that? Healthy stuff are more expensive. That is one of the reasons why I'm having a hard time maintaining a healthy lifestyle, because healthy food on Food Panda are not cheap. The healthy options, salad stop, they're not cheap. Healthy options itself is not cheap. So I don't think we can just put everything, put all the blame on pharma. I mean, it's a business. A lot of studies go into that, and pharma companies. I'm from the pharma industry. I was once a pharmaceutical representative. I was a med rep in my earlier days, and yeah, we get that. People think, well, again, people think that we're just doing business, that we're just making money. Everybody's doing that. We all need money, most especially now that it's the pandemic. We're trying to make money. And yeah, there in whatever sector there is, in whatever business there is, in whatever industry there is, there will be greedy people. They come in all forms. In the government, even. You can be a greedy person yourself, and given a chance to be corrupt, people will be corrupt, but it's a choice. Okay. But the thing is, I don't believe that everybody is greedy. There must be some virologists whose life purpose is to really look for a solution to the virus, to the disease, you know? And maybe it's the pharma companies that want the money, but hey, they had the investments, for the studies and everything, for the logistics of these vaccines. The pricing per country, that's the issue there. Okay, the Philippines has always been corrupt. It's the corrupt. Um, that's why I said I'd rather see something that's happening rather than being corrupt and you don't see anything at all. Okay, so I don't think there has even been any politician, no, not politician. There are good and bad politicians, by the way. I don't think there has been any administration that there was no corruption. I don't, well, for me, I don't believe that there was any administration that there was no corruption. If the president was not corrupt, some people under them will be. Okay. And so, yeah, but what's important for me is to see things happening. That's it. And as to the response to COVID, who knows how to really manage it? No one knows. Each and every country is suffering. It's not just our economy. It's not just the Philippines. It's worldwide. And even people who has been, say for example, um, did the lockdown earlier does not necessarily um, mean that they will never have a case or any case of the of COVID, because this is long term. And I read an article that says it's here for good. It's like the flu. It's like the yeah. I'll just state the flu. There's the Spanish flu. There's whatever flu. Okay, again, I'm not an expert. I'm not going to pretend like I am, nor am I going to read something just for the sake of this podcast. What I'm trying to get at is more into how people react and how people are acting at this point, most especially on social media. Okay, believe whatever you want to believe. You have the right to do so. I hope you don't hear the motorcycle outside. So you have the right to choose, the right of choice for whatever it is that you believe is right for you. Okay, we have rights. It's fine. Um, if you want to also educate people in your own way, so be it. But I think we should never ever lose the respect for the choices and the rights and the um, yeah, choices and rights of the other people on the other side. There's always an other side. Okay, it has never happened that we all agree on one thing. It has never happened that um, we all want the same thing, need the same thing, do the same things. And I guess it will never happen. Okay, so just um, maybe you can state your case, but maybe choose your words, you know, and should you want to educate, go ahead and educate people and wait for them to believe you. But we have come to a point that we always pinpoint the other side of what we believe in, demonize it, just so people will take our side. um that's not really education, is it? To educate, if you really want to educate, just tell people what it is that you know, what you believe is true. Say it. Say your piece without the need of looking at another side and destroying it just so you get votes or likes or um agreement. um what for? I mean, I guess if you're anti-vax like I was in the past, you have to respect. I respected all of my friends, even my mother who got vaccinated before I did because I didn't believe in it. I did not stop her from getting the vaccination. It's her choice. So even if I was scared, it's her choice. You know, the risk is hers. The risk is mine. I don't know. Um, I'm not very sure, you know, what the effects are. Nobody really knows. And if I don't get vax as well, I risk myself in getting severe COVID, which is scary. And Delta is not um, um, a light. How should I say? We can't take Delta lightly. Sometimes I have a Cebuana word in my head, and I'm not sure how to say it in English. So we can't take it lightly. And there are other mutations, and mutations happen. It has been happening even to flu. Okay, viruses mutate and they don't stop. Um, they mutate per host, but I've also read something, that if you get vaccinated, yes, the virus will mutate for sure because they have to fight that off. They have to make sure they get a host. They're also trying to survive just like us. Okay, so but the thing is, if you're vax, then you become less of a carrier than the non-vax. I mean, if you are a carrier, um, at least you won't be a super spreader of some sort. Again, I'm not very sure as to how to put it into words. It was a scientific article, all right. But basically, the mutation because of the let me check if vaccination is part of herd immunity. Okay, sorry, I need Google. Okay, here. Herd immunity also can be reached when enough people have been vaccinated against a disease and have developed protective antibodies against future infection. And like the natural infection method, vaccines create immunity without causing illness or resulting complications. There you go. So, yeah, so our goal has always been achieving herd immunity. We're not there yet. Definitely, we're not there. We're still here, but we do what we must. So I guess be very responsible. We're old enough. Again, this episode is on maturity. So we're old enough to know what is wrong and what is right. And we're old enough to know that we don't really know any absolutes. We're not really sure. Unless you really are, then fine. So educate us. But please do not demonize the choices of others. Just like me, I'm vaccinated, and you keep campaigning against it, and you keep saying bad stuff about it. So, are you even thinking how that makes other people feel? Are you even thinking, if it's the right thing to say to people who are still trying to decide and maybe tomorrow they want to get vaxxed, but you demonize it so much that they might change their minds? Just educate them as to what you know, what it is that you believe in. Make them take the choice of doing the same thing that you're doing or believing the same thing that you believe in without demonizing the other side of it. So give people options. That's all. You have your option, they have their options. Well, we're all trying to be healthy. So both sides are healthy options. So that's about it for now, for tonight. And I hope to see you in our next episode. Thank you very much and have a great day. Have a happy weekend. Thank you.